based on what you're saying, you have to always adapt to new people. Like you didn't know anybody when you went to Seychelles. I assume you barely knew anybody when you went to South Africa, and that story is a story of adaptation and a lot of enthusiasm. So, what do you think like helped you in that adaptation to a completely new environment? And what was your first idea that you should execute it in South
So
Africa
that's
afterwards?
a great question. Because I think enthusiasm is attitude is everything, right? We hire for attitude, we look for attitude, we divorce our clients because they have the wrong attitude. So I think that exactly it's everything. So just having that that open-mindedness and willingness to learn attitude, right? They call it like everything, growth mindset. I mean, the developed world is big into growth mindsets and all of these things, but it's the truthness, kind of essence of wanting to learn, explore, and wanting to adapt, hear, listen, collaborate. And actually interesting that you mentioned that, because my kind of the first business idea that came, was how do I run a business in South Africa, because I didn't know anything about the local legislation. I was like, what is this, what in terms of tax, what happens if somebody sues me? There's labor laws and all of these things. And I just thought if there was just one place that you can go to and they can help you answering those back office, if I put it, questions, and it didn't exist. so, I just thought it's a great idea, and why not to start it? So I actually partnered with this lovely group of people. They ran call centers. So we my imagination was almost like that. What we know with Kabbalah is like, how do you put people in an incubation center that is typically like a physical space, right? And we kind of looked at it differently, and how to look at back in the day, which it seems so old, but it was only 15 years ago. You're talking about telephony, right? Picking up a phone. That was a scalable, real opportunity. Call centers, nowadays people go like, call centers, wasn't it a thing of the like 80s or something? So, but scaling a business on that level was a big thing back then. And now, obviously, you need to bring in other types of technologies and all of these things. But so that was actually the first business. We exited that business in 2018 to a VC, actually in Stellenbosch, which is in South Africa. And I started then a new business afterwards. So yeah, that's so the need for actually not knowing anything and anyone was a great business opportunity at the same time.